Every August, markets across India flood with millions of these bright red and gold threads. It is the visual hallmark of Raksha Bandhan, one of the most widely celebrated festivals in the Hindu calendar. If you ask almost anyone today what this thread represents, they will tell you it is a celebration of biological family. A sister ties a thread on her brother's wrist, and he promises to protect her. But looking at the foundational Hindu texts where this tradition originates, that biological limitation completely disappears. The most famous figures who defined this practice shared zero blood relation. We are talking about a god and a mortal queen, or a supreme goddess and a demon king. These ancient origin stories frame the thread as a tool to bridge separate lineages, forging a connection defined by shared responsibility rather than shared blood. The core mechanics are built into the language itself. In Sanskrit, Raksha means protection, while Bandhan refers to a tie, specifically a sacred contract. To see how this contract actually works, we have to travel into the epic Mahabharata. During a grand royal ceremony, Lord Krishna throws his divine discus to strike down a tyrant. In the process, Krishna suffers a deep cut to his own wrist. While queens and courtiers panic looking for medicine, Queen Draupadi acts on pure instinct. She grabs her own royal, expensive silk sari, tears off a strip, and immediately bandages Krishna's bleeding hand. Deeply moved by this selfless gesture, Krishna makes a solemn vow. He declares a debt to Draupadi that he will repay by protecting her whenever she calls upon him, for as long as the universe endures. One strip of cloth established the core mechanic of Raksha Bandhan. A pure act of compassion commands an absolute, unconditional guarantee of divine shelter. The ultimate test of this contract comes years later in the Kaurava court. Draupadi has been gandled away. Her husbands, the mighty Pandavas, sit bound by technicalities. The elders look away. Every human institution and biological family tie fails her as she is dragged out to be publicly disrobed. In her absolute darkest hour, Draupadi realizes she cannot fight this alone. She lets go of her garments, raises both hands, and calls out to Krishna. In Hindu philosophy, this is Sharanagati, the complete, egoless surrender to the divine. Krishna answers her plea from afar. As her attackers pull at her sari, the fabric never ends. Yard after yard multiplies into an insurmountable mountain of cloth, physically exhausting her enemies, while leaving her dignity completely intact. The spiritual mathematics of this bond are entirely asymmetrical. When the ego is surrendered, a small, genuine offering of care yields an infinite ocean of protection. This contract is so powerful, it transcends even the fiercest cosmic rivalries. In an older Puranic era, the demon king Bali uses his immense power to trap Lord Vishnu in the underworld. Vishnu's wife, goddess Lakshmi, realizes she needs a flawless strategy to get him back. She disguises herself, descends into the underworld, and ties a sacred thread directly onto the demon king's wrist. By accepting the thread, Bali triggers an inescapable sequence of events. Look at this logical flow. Accepting the thread instantly activates the moral duty of a brother. That duty compels him to grant his new sister a single, undeniable boon. Lakshmi drops her disguise and asks for her husband's freedom. Bali realizes he has been outmaneuvered. Bound by his promise, he is forced to release his ultimate enemy. This mechanism functions as a cosmic moral override. It forces even fierce adversaries to adhere to a standard of conduct that supersedes their own interests. This mythic precedent bled directly into human history. In the 16th century, the Hindu queen Rani Karnavati of Mewar found her kingdom under siege. She sent a Rakhi to a rival Muslim ruler, Mughal Emperor Humayun. He recognized the weight of the thread and marched his army to defend her. Today, you will see students tying these threads on teachers, neighbors exchanging them, and widows in Vrindavan protecting each other. Biology is completely irrelevant to the exchange. These acts are driven by Dharma, the cosmic moral order. Dharma dictates that doing what is right automatically supersedes social conventions, political borders, or genetics. The Rakhi is a physical manifestation of a conscious choice. It is a vow to align with righteousness and to stand between the vulnerable and whatever threatens them. The millions of red threads flooding modern markets are physical anchors to this ancient, universal system. Anyone can participate in this ancient cosmic contract. It only requires the willingness to step up and protect someone, or the humility of Sharanagati to ask for that shelter in return. Raksha Bandhan is the universe's eternal promise. No genuine act of compassion, no matter how small, will ever go unanswered.